So this is my 2004 E46 BMW. As you can see, the sill is pretty badly rotted. It's actually been like this for a long time, and waited too long to get it fixed. And I just, rather than have someone do it, I'm just going to do it myself. I bought this sill from Raybuck Auto Parts. I have no affiliation with them. This is just to let you know where I got it. I'm going to cut out a portion of that and use it to replace this rotted back sill. Just going to weld it in, cut out the rotted part, and we'll see how it goes. And this is what the underside looks like. Pretty bad. Gonna have to grind all this rust off and put in some kind of plate to support it. And over here we got 3 spot welds at the end. Looks like maybe 3, 1, 2, and 3. We need to drill out. Okay, so that's a rough cut. This is just going to fit in here, approximately like that. I trim it back as needed to make it fit a little bit better each time. Then I'm going to fabricate a little piece of metal here to fill in where the rusted metal got cut out. So this is going to be the support plate that I'm going to weld in here, just to support where it was all rusted. And this is a little bracket I made. This is for the jack point. I'm going to go somewhere around here. That's going to get welded in too. And it kind of sits on this plate, on this rocker panel, kind of about there. Gets tack welded to that dimple on the outside, and that kind of goes up somewhere around there. And then just that's where the support point is underneath. Gets welded in, sort of like that. So I did a bunch of welding and fabrication off camera for this jack point support bracket and the supports that kind of go up and meet the frame rail up behind it. This is the old piece that had to get cut out, and that's what connected to the old support or the old jack point. I just got lazy with the camera and didn't have time to set it up and record all the fabrication I did. So this panel also I added because this metal is so thin along here, I tacked on a little tab on the back as a filler so that when I weld it, it doesn't blow right through the metal all the way along that, because the metal is just really thin and I'm using a gasless wire-fed welder, so it's really easy to blow through thin sheet metal like this. And then I added those two tabs at the end here because there's no way to like pull this panel out from the outside to get it flush. So these two tabs are just I'll insert a screwdriver here, and that'll allow me to pull the panel out flush, and then I can just tack right along there, and then I'll cut those tabs off. By the way, as I'm welding, just sort of doing these tacks along here, I'm using compressed air to blow at each tack point so that the metal doesn't warp, and just tacking at one end and then going back to the other end so that the heat doesn't build up and warp the metal. And you can't really see the tacks as I'm doing it because the arc happens kind of in between frames because this is all sped up. All right, so I finished up all the welding last night, got all the welds ground down. I ended up having to use a little filler here and there because the metal was so thin that it just blew through. And now it's time to paint, or prime actually. So something happened with the camera as I was finishing up the painting and clear coat, and I didn't catch it. So here's a picture of how it looks finished.